On April 10th, I'm fighting John Robles. He's actually an acquaintance of mine, a mutual friend of many friends. I know him here and there throughout different shows. What I know about him is he's a game opponent. You know, he's very well-rounded. He's got some heavy hands, and you know, he's just very well-rounded. So I'm definitely training hard, and I'm coming full speed. I got started in MMA actually. My parents put me in it for a little bit of discipline. When I was in high school, I was in and out of juvenile hall, in and out of jail, because I was always getting in street fights. Not being a bully, just more like the thrill of it, the attention I got from it. So I actually enrolled in a boxing academy as like kind of like a punishment, and I was going with some of the boxers for months and just getting beat up. And after a couple months of getting beat up with no training, I actually started getting the hang of it and picking it up. And come Friday, Saturday night after training, Monday through Thursday, I was too tired to even go out to get in trouble. Then I got introduced to mixed martial arts. My first gym was Boss Rutan's. I went to Boss Rutan's gym, trained there for a little bit, met some good friends, then ended up going to Jean-Jacques Machado's, and from there it was history. You know, anticipation, you know, I don't really let that get to me, you know, because I believe if you're meant to do this, be in this industry, it comes with, you know, some guidelines and some pressure, and pressure can fold people, but with me it doesn't. You know, I actually rise to the occasion, and you know, coming down to 35, that should have been my natural weight. All my fights have been at, my first 2 pro fights were at 55, and then my second 2 pro fights were at 45, and neither one did I really cut for. 55, I weighed in at 150 when my opponents were just huge compared to me. 45, I cut maybe 5-7 pounds. And 35, I'll be cutting, but I feel like now that I got the right people in my corner, I found my right niche, I found my right diet, now I feel like I'm in the perfect scenario, and I got the perfect people backing me to help make this weight cut easy breezy. It excites me, you know. I feel like I'm gonna make a name for myself, especially, you know, fighting one of the top contenders in the 135, John Robles. Nothing but respect for my opponent, but I'm gonna make a name for myself at the 135. I didn't take a fight that has double the wins, double the fights for me for no reason. I came to make a statement. I came to make a big statement, and I plan on doing so April 10th. Everybody's, you know, this is MMA. It doesn't take heavy hands to finish a fight, you know, and I believe with my speed and my power for 35, I feel like the division will be put on notice real quick. Yeah, I mean, I was at the last BAMMA card, and I was actually impressed. It was very well put together. Fights were actually on time. Opponents were, you know, pretty evenly matched. You know, everything seemed good. You know, it was a good venue. It just seemed overall, you know, well put together, and I'm excited to be a part of this card. I've been wanting to be on the BAMMA card. I was supposed to be on that last BAMMA card. Injury took me out of that, so I'm thrilled to be a part of this show, and especially with my teammates. Like I said before, man, you know, I finally found a home. You know, throughout my whole pro career, I've had great and amazing coaches throughout my career, and my hat's always off to them, and I have nothing but respect, and I appreciate all the time that they put into me. But, you know, being here at Saxons, you know, I feel like I have an awesome coach, but also I have awesome teammates who all have the same goal and desire as me. But they walk the walk. You know, a lot of people will talk and say they want to be a champion and do all this stuff and talk, but when it comes time to putting in work, when you have to put the blood, sweat, and tears, you know, that's when people start walking away and start making excuses. Here, we put in work and we push each other. And on the days that someone's having a low, we rise above and we pull them up, and we're really a family here. So, you know, being a part of this, as far as my striking camp, it's been nothing but a blessing for me. The name of my academy is Gooch Training Academy, GTA. I originally bought it from my old jiu-jitsu instructor, Alberto Crane. It was a Gracie Baja. I ended up, going throughout that franchise. I love Gracie Baja. It was my roots from white belt all the way up to the rank that I'm at now. It's taught me everything. But going into this industry, I always knew I would own a gym. I always knew I would pass along a legacy outside fighting. To me, I believe it's two separate careers. You have to, just because you're a great fighter doesn't mean you're a great coach. Just because you're a great coach doesn't mean you'd be a great fighter. I believe it's two separate industries, and for me it's found a perfect balance of putting it into one. I always tell my students, I call myself the lower division pro, and I'm very humble about it. I tell them I can only take them a certain level, so as a coach I constantly have to rise above, and I constantly have to push myself and go with people that smash me, so that way I could pass on my knowledge to my students. I've been very grateful to have my gym blow up to the way it's been this past year and a half, and being able to take the knowledge that I learned from Julio, or be able to take the knowledge that I learned from Hamilo Bahal, my jiu-jitsu coach, or Kenny Johnson, my wrestling coach, and take it to my academy has been nothing but a blessing. Yeah, BAMMA has a great name. I remember having my pro debut and fighting on little local shows and hearing people fighting for BAMMA. I remember back in the day being like, oh wow, man, fighting on BAMMA, that's pretty serious, So to be able to look at myself and reevaluate myself is when I made my pro debut all the way to where I'm at now, finding my niche and finding who I am as a fighter. It's really exciting to actually be able to fight for BAMMA, so I'm stoked for that. And I do believe that, after I get this win, it will catapult me onto a different level. I'd like to give out some shout outs. First and foremost, my wife, my family, for always standing by my side and pushing me through it, supporting me through this crazy dream that we have. To my gym, always supporting me, coming out to my fights, and also being a part of my training camp. To Julio and everybody at the Saxons Academy, thank you for putting it on me and pushing me. And Gracie Baja Northridge, my guys Hamilo Bahal, Pedro, Edwin, Jared Papazian, all those guys for pushing me through with my jiu-jitsu, and then also my Black House family. Those guys with just putting my whole game together in the MMA. I really appreciate it, and I'm excited for you guys to come out and watch me do work on April 10th. The fans could definitely expect a well-rounded game from both opponents, a back-and-forth fight. I plan on finishing it. I have visions of always me finishing fights from here on out. Get in there, get out, do my thing. But if it goes the distance, you could definitely expect me and John to put on a damn good show for you guys. And it's definitely not going to be anything yet but fireworks. What's up, guys? My name's Rob Gooch. It's my first fight with BAMMA 15. Fighting John Robles, April 10th. Come out and support me. It's going to be a heck of a show.